And we ain't sleeping on the floor again. We never sleeping on the floor again. For the ones who didn't make it out, for the ones that didn't see the life, for the ones that never cared, never gave a thought, found no happiness in that brand new car or the house you bought. I see you talking about the love you lost, and it was gone like way before you ever thought it was. Yeah, I took my time, no quick ones, quick run, quick gas to get back there. Hot roads, I didn't think I'd come back fierce, cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances.
It's easy, it's hard to preach, cause I've been burning trees and watching fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure, fishing a little wildlife. And when I'm low on fuel, I'll still be running till my back broke. Halfway, lost hope and I'll check it. Hard roads, I didn't think I'd come back fast, cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances. Been around the globe, looked around, nothing fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road, and you won't even get it. Been around the globe, looked around, nothing fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road. I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances. I was running, I know, I know.
You thought that I was blind, but to be honest, I don't mind, cause I don't feel the same way I used to do. Every time I see you, know the truth, cause baby, every fucking time you've played me, you should know that I don't give a single fuck about you and your words. All the times you lied to me, bitch, I took notes. I don't know what to say. I thought you loved me, but you are away. I've been living in the shadows for a while. Demons calling me from the afterlife. Dark doesn't face me anymore. I can turn my tears into gold. Yeah, yeah. I don't care, no, I don't care. Yeah, yeah. I don't care, I said, cause baby, every fucking time you've played me, you should know that I don't give a single fuck about you and your words. All the times you lied to me, bitch, I took notes. I don't know what to say. it. Black face, hey, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it, I can't help you now, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much on my follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much on my. Got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up, take a X, and now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say Donis, why you sad? I said I just need a thing. Red tape, got too close, I hate the city. Black face, show you everything you need to your phone. Can't hate it bad. Someone said it is sad. Cause I used to want it bad. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you too many times, yeah, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my.
I'm so sorry that I wasn't really there for me. Cause nobody else is showing any empathy. Rudely awakened, quiet undertaking. Did I do something wrong? Life isn't easy, why did you leave me here with my thoughts alone? I don't wanna wake up messed up, cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I need you now, cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. I'm so sorry that I didn't go to therapy, thinking everybody, even you's an enemy. Brutally awakened, quiet undertaking. Did not do nothing wrong. Life isn't easy, why did you leave me here to get drunk alone? And I don't wanna wake up messed up, cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I need you now, cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. If I am so wrong and so gone, miserable, won't you stick around just for some be visible? But you don't, no you don't care. Leave me to suffer, erase all the doubt. Pouring Jack in my mouth, in a love with enough of the pain and the drugs to be present for now. All I'm right now, I don't wanna wake up messed up, cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, up your sign though. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that.
That sounds like a pop song.
Take a dive before you dry, y'all. It's the only way to live. You can't be without it, baby. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Try before you sign off. Shit can kill the sick. Real stories. It's the only way to live. Fancy cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky, let that night come with peace. Anywhere you wanna be. Anywhere you wanna be. Yeah, yeah. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. Rush, rush. Pick a panel to be right on. Yeah. 'Cause no one really gives. Don't look back or keep your eyes on. Long ago. Doesn't matter what it gon' cost. Never gave a shit. Real soul. Let it take a hit. Hey. Who's getting high on emotion? Look around. People fight all their life for some peace. Yeah. Look around. Fancy cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky, let that night come with peace. Anywhere you wanna be. Anywhere you wanna be. Yeah, yeah. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. Rush. Take off. Rush at the rush. Take off. Rush at the rush. Hot. Rush. Take off. Rush at the rush.
On my own, when you spill that rum and coke on my t-shirt, yeah, your eyes made it difficult to get my baby. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette by East Versailles. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something. And the next thing We shared a cigarette by East Versailles. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something.
We're living for the moment now, we're one with the world. I can't lose this feeling I get. My heart's in the right place, and so is my soul, yeah. I won't take no excuses for it. Love it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my space. These emotions on my face, taking a toll, I gotta pay it forward. I'll give it all that I can. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, no what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Lifting me, lifting you. Can't go alone, let's do by two. Doing this together, it's me by you. All through the night, all through the night. This is me, this is you. When we get together, we can all pull through. I don't ever ever wanna stop this groove. Let's get it right. Take it to the Lord, then take it to the grave. Listen to the wise man, tell me what he say. Listen to your heartbeat like it still bleed. A little bit of hope, yeah, it's what we still need. Say a little prayer for the moment. Give what you got, just go in. Can't hold you back if you own it. Live your life like you're chosen. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, no what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Know what I need, I know what I need. into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time, in the towers looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all, driving through the night.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to NSE Week 4. Today I'm here with my lovely co-commentator, Stealthy Wolf.
Well, thank you, Jacko. We are here, of course, for another night of Rocket League. The first series is a little bit shaky. We're going to jump in straight to a series that's already underway. UEA Blue Jays up by 2 against 1 for Durham Defenders. It's going to be pretty an interesting game. It might only be 1 match until this is already over, or it might be 2 if the Durham Defenders can take 1 more game and we're moving on to game 5. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how that one goes.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, the Durham Defenders, I think they've really been actually playing pretty well this season, in my personal opinion, from what I've seen of them. But obviously the Blue Jays currently up on them, so we'll see if the Durham Defenders can bring this one back.
Well, it's going to be pretty important, of course, to see if they can bring it back. I mean, if you're already invested this much into a series, you're trying to win as much as possible, and then in the end it would backfire on you. That would be somewhat the last thing that you really want to get going. And I think the players are also ready. Let's just get them onto the field and wish them the best of luck.
Yeah. Let's just
Well,
see they're jumping in now. So we'll be getting into this game for UEA Blue Jays versus the Durham Defenders, with Blue Jays up 2-1.
the start right here is already quite magnificent. We see that Blue Jays is struggling a little bit, trying to get that ball cleared out. And I mean, Durham is really keeping that pressure on. They, of course, need it. They're already 1 down in the series, and with this ball going into the center, they are just exhibiting such high amount of pressure immediately onto the side from Blue Jays. So for them being 1 game down in the series, are definitely playing very strong in these first 30 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. And you'll see that shot going a little bit wide now, and it's now Durham's turn to attack this ball and going to try and get this one up the field, but Ant's going to try and push this one into the corner. That's left to KJ, and KJ's got a nice shot on net, but Zouch going to push that one away, and that's going to be a quick breakdown of that attack.
Well, quickly or not, here they come. Another opportunity from the side from Durham. They're not, well, letting that ball slide as easily, but now UEA is able to get all the way through. A good demo right there, cleans up a little bit of space, a little bit of time to try and get control of the ball. Sadly enough, that ball goes all the way to the other side from the orange side once again, as we now see Zouch also trying to get that ball on target. It's a little bit of back and forth between both teams. Even though we're in game 4, it still feels like both teams are just trying to feel out what each other can do, how they play this game, and how they can form some sort of a strategy to try and counter it.
Yeah, that's completely correct. And that's going to be the ball going up, going to try and fall into the box, but Antem going to pick that one up on the wall, and it's going to actually fall into the other box. But it's a good defensive play by Mordicia, who's going to push this one out with a pinch.
Well, it is definitely quite important to see how it goes, but right now it is still a lot of pressure, and Durham Defenders almost get the first one in, but now it is Zouch trying to get that ball all the way back to Mordica. And that's nice to see. We see that pressure, we see that they're passing, we see that they're trying to find each other in some sort of connection. Because, I mean, solo plays can only do so much, and from the side from UEA Blue Jays, I feel like they're just trying to do a little bit more, well, solo plays, trying to force it through the entire defense. But right here we see some good connection between both players right there. Could have been an opportunity, sadly enough the third not able to follow it up and score it.
Yeah, for sure. And this is going to go all the way up to Champs, who's going to get cut out by Ant-Man. And what you really need to see now is the team synergy coming out from both of these teams, because as you can see, these solo plays are not working out, and it seems the passing plays are seeming to have a lot more potential to them, especially with the demos and passes.
Well, it is definitely working out nice, but this is an opportunity. The side post right there to save the Durham defenders once again. And with this little bit of pressure, UA Blue Jays finally had that first actual opportunity to try and get it in. So, I mean, Blue Jays is definitely pushing a right here, passing play. First time around, shot on target, but
Oh, good save.
yeah, able to clean that away for his team. Highly needed in this point at the game.
Oh, that's a big whiff. And that could have almost gone in there. That was very scary there. But as you see, it's an open net now, and KJ tries to put that one in the top corner, but an amazing save there as well.
Well, this is definitely nice to see how everything is going. Both teams having a lot of pressure, having some opportunities side by side, but no one really able to capitalize on it perfectly yet. And we see once again, KJ right here trying to get that ball forwards into a position for his teammate Ant-Man. Sadly enough, not able to find the back of the net, even though there was so much space, but this is just all due to the pressure, everything riding on this game. Of course, for Durham, if they can take this game, they're gonna push it into game 5. If UA win this one, they of course won that series, gives them a little bit more of a comfortable spot, of course, moving into that playoff position.
Yeah, of course. And this is going to see Durham defenders actually really living up to their namesake. And maybe they're going to score one now, but it's a nice save there from Ant-Man. But they've really been playing pretty solidly defensively. They normally always have 2 people back in net. Even if one of them gets demoed, there's always someone there.
25 seconds to go and a lot of opportunities still to come out here. We see HTC almost trying to get that ball all the way forwards, but there's an interception already. KJ now also getting that ball forward, has no boost. And we see that Durham defenders is trying to take their time. Trumpy setting that ball high. Ant-Man with a shot on target, but there is HT Champs once again to clear that ball.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, Durham defenders really living up to their namesake, and this is gonna maybe go into overtime, but it's saved really nicely by Blixen there, and it's actually going into OT now. So this means the Durham defenders need a goal to stay in this series, and the Blue Jays to win it.
Well, it's definitely nice to see how everything is going so far. Already into overtime, 15 seconds down, and both teams still trading blow after blow, handing the ball to one another. Not really one team taking control, but right here, this ball is very dangerous. Moides here, able to play this to the side now. Once again, a beautiful touch down to the midfield. There's Sauch already trying to get that ball forward, but now Ant-Man.
Oh my goodness.
Ball into the center. Trumpy almost reading that one, and if that could have been in, that would have been a brutal way to go out for Durham defenders.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is now you can see the Durham defenders almost scrambling to the ball on defense. There have been a couple of double commits, which the Blue Jays could have capitalized on, and that might have been a nice goal there from Blixen. Blixen Thrumpteen has done an absolute wondrous shot there. Look at that angle.
It's sad to say, but it is over. Durham defenders have lost, and they definitely did very well. Like, this was a splendid performance. Okay, they lost in the end result, but it was in game 4, overtime. Keeping it scoreless all the way up until that point is definitely something nice to see as well. And then it to be a little bit of like an unfortunate goal to end it all. I mean, there's nothing to be worried about. Of course, you did your best. You know that you're at the same level, because otherwise you can't take that game that close.
Yeah, for sure. And I really do think that sending it into overtime, you should really think about the Durham defenders a lot more in a positive light than in a negative one for losing this series, because they kept that surprisingly close considering that they were down 2 games.
Yeah, they definitely did that one well. Of course, this means that UA Blue Jays win their game, win the series, go up one step further, of course, in the standings, making it more likely to qualify for, well, Division 1. They're already way up in there. It's 6-4 now, going to 6-3, sorry, to 7-3. I mean, it brings them close to teams like Arctic Foxes, Lover Alliance, and Scout Sports. So that's definitely nice to see them get in that a little bit more comfortable range for that Division 1.
Yeah, and with that, we're going to be heading off to a quick break now. It's going to be quite a short one, but it's going to be really quick. But please stick around. There's going to be a lot more Rocket League coming at you really, really soon.
And I ain't got no regrets, just my time, no. Like so when you see us starting moves, you don't know that's the topic. And if you talking juice, well then you know I got it. Nobody got it like me. They can try, but can't do it like Vinny. Yeah, no permission. I got it.
Sarah, I hurt myself today trying to make the pain go away. Sarah, I want to fade away, be with the stars in outer space. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's Molly for the melancholy. Couldn't fill a hole inside me. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I numb my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, why you leaving me? Sarah, I lost myself today trying to find ways to make you stay. Sarah, I want to go away, close my eyes, never wake up again. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's Molly for the melancholy. Couldn't fill a hole inside me. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I numb my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah,
Wait up. That's how we know when we level up. Hey, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouth. The chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you're breaking codes. What your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Stepping in, elevator. Listen to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. I found out I'm not alone, 'cause I'm just like you. We are fearless when we fight, and not afraid to. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round.
You know Mark, South Stuff, South Stuff. Type to never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got 'em coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aight.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
Bringing summer
1,
to
drop.
you.
Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round.
Yo, hold up, let me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone would show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide. And with the rhymes that make the dimes, I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young divine calling their phone number. No, you know I love it. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats on stages for their ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young black successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for
Got
you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
Bringing
1,
summer to
drop.
you.
Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round again. Let's take our time right now, it's just a vibe with you. I feel alive, now I'm feeling like her to the fine, will it stand the test of time right now? I need a sign. Tell me if it's over, come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer? Should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over.
Hello guys and welcome back to NSE week 4. I am again back with my co-commentator Stealthy.
Yeah, we're here, of course, for another game. Another series, a new start, 2 teams starting from scratch. So we at least have 3 games to look at. I mean, that's if it becomes a sweep. But we have a Warwick A team. We have Salford Lions. Both teams quite up there in standings. I mean, Warwick definitely need a win at this point to try and push for that Division 1 playoff spot. But it's not going to be that easy. Salford Lions is definitely a decent team. We already have, of course, the players trying to get in, trying to join. And Salford Lions are sitting already on 6-3. If they take another win, they, of course, join the same stats as we had UA Blue Jays before. And that would mean it would become rather impossible almost for Warwick A to get into that Division 1. They will probably have to settle for Division 2 at that point.
Yeah, and obviously that's not something this team is going to want to settle for at all. They obviously want to get that Division 1, get that notoriety that comes with it. So we'll see if they do get there and see what happens.
Well, with that said and done, we're going to send the players on the field, see what is going to happen from action. Both teams, of course, have a lot to prove at this point. I mean, a loss would not be too bad for Salford Lions, but it might mean the end. They, of course, want to get close to that Division 1 player spot. They have another chance, but they have to win at least one game tonight in order to make it there. And the kickoff right now is a little bit neutral. Warwick A with Walden already trying to get some boost pressure. It is a little bit of an unorthodox playstyle. I'm going to admit that. Going all the way to the other side for boost. But hey, if it works and they can make it arc with the Salford Lions that way, why not do it?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, there are some teams that do employ that strategy and it works very well for them. It is a relatively aggressive strategy. It maybe screws up some defensive rotation, but if it works, it works, and you can't say much about it.
Well, it's definitely working out so far. Both teams are trying to apply some pressure, and Salford Lions is definitely the ones to do it properly right here. We see them piling under pressure time after time again, but Gopher now sending that ball forward. Jake Adams trying to clear it all the way, but Gopher is right there, getting yet another touch, and it's a little bit cleanup from time to time from Warwick A. They're having a lot of opportunities. It just doesn't show it in the amount of shots they're getting right now. But now Alice gets that ball forwards, almost sends it in themselves, and it's taking a little while, but Warwick is slowly getting close to that first goal, though.
Yeah, for sure, and all they really need to do is be clinical with their finishes, because they're getting there. There are some balls that Salford are scrambling to save, but it's just not clinical. It's just not there.
Well, it is just a matter of time. That could have been a first opportunity. Gopher sending that ball a little bit wide makes it, of course, a little bit awkward, but now we have Dudley Soul. Good block right there. Gamo up into the air. Gets a great first touch. Now blocks. I think it was Gopher right there on the ball. It just shows how Salford Lions are allowed to put on so much pressure right there. Could have been an opportunity. But Jake Adams got, well, bumped all the way to Narnia right there. That demo from Alice the Cat Whisperer on Camo definitely creates a little bit of space. Walden trying to abuse that as much as possible. But Salford Lions still hanging on for dear life. Already one save on their name. One shot on their name, and it's still an equal game.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we're coming up to the halfway point in this game now, and it doesn't really seem like one team are pushing an edge that much. They're both rotating very nicely. They're both not double committing. There's not too many mistakes from either team. I really do think it's the team that's going to push out a little bit more aggression that's going to win this one.
Well, a little bit more aggression. It is easier said than done, because aggression can easily translate into playing overconfident, not really trying to control the ball. And control is something very important in these type of games, definitely. From the side from Southwood Lions, we are looking at a team with quite high MMR, quite high rating players. So they should be able to know what they're doing. But Walden with a beautiful shot. Nobody there in the defense, and it is 1-0.
Yeah, straight into that bottom corner. And look at what I said about clinical finishing. That's what I was talking about. Walden with that long Batmobile car with that wider hitbox is able to place that exactly where he wants it.
And that's a great start, but here a beautiful bump from Deadly Soul. It is 1-1. The kickoff is all it took to, well, retake it to an even playing field.
Yeah, Deadly Soul just gets the 50-50 on the kickoff, and it's actually a whiff there. I don't think there was a bump occurring. I think it was just a straight whiff, and that is unfortunate to make it back to all square at 2 minutes.
Well, a whiff or not, this is rather an unfortunate situation for Warwick. They definitely wanted a little bit of a, well, free play ground in order to work with, but now Camo is trying to take control, gets a beautiful 50 right there in the air. Now Alice the Cat Whisperer is trying to get that ball forward, ball in the middle once again as Gopher is taking control, gets a beautiful 50, now also gets the boost, gets it past Jake Adams. This might be a solo play, gets a good opportunity, almost dunking Camo right there, and with that pressure play, we can definitely say that Warwick A is making it quite hard for Southwood Lions, as the Lions are choking and desperately in need of a little bit of space or breathing room.
Yeah, is it this third man rotation that's coming in clutch right now for Warwick. They are consistently putting the ball back into the box, leaving the Southwood Lions defensive rotation a little bit out of touch, and there it is from Walden again. That clinical finish from him, just catching the keeper out there and managing to find himself with a pretty realistically open net.
Well, this was quite a beautiful opportunity. 2-1 is the scoreline right now. 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining. We will exhibit that little bit of dominance you need in a series like this. This series is, of course, very important for both teams to make it into that Division 1. We've talked about it a little bit before. Yeah. And it is really showing right now. Warwick A definitely trying to push on as much as possible. And we see that Southwood Lions is struggling a little bit. Coward sending that ball forward, sadly enough, not able to find anyone from their team. And this is a little bit we think we see all the time. They're not able to find those connections, not able to find those passes. And that's, of course, sad to see, because they could have achieved so much more if they can at least receive, or, well, yeah, receive those passes mainly, because they're sending them already.
Yeah, it just needs to be within that team synergy and communication to be able to receive passes like that. But talking about passes, that's a good cutout from Walden, and it's going to get pushed back in from Gopher, but that's a good stop there from Camo. And Camo's going to push that one out with 8 seconds left to go. It looks like it's going to be a Warwick win for Game 1.
Well, this is a pinch going on target, but Walden is able to clear to the side. I always say that it is Warwick A that do end up taking that first game. Momentum is definitely established. They were the first ones to score that first goal. Of course, that gives you a lot of space, a lot of mentality as well. And you know, oh, we are going to be completely fine moving on into this. So it's just a matter of time before they can get back into it. Southwood Lions, of course, are struggling a little bit, need that little bit of a reset in order to get into it. But Game 1 was looking pretty equal, both teams having a lot of opportunities. So now it's just a matter of time for Southwood Lions to get back in and maybe take Game 2 from Warwick, but it's all about the momentum, of course.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I would say what Southwood Lions need to do here is just try and cut out more passes on the defense. What they were doing in those defensive rotations, they were consistently maybe just staying back a bit more than they should, and maybe just getting in the faces of Warwick would throw them off their game a little bit more than it should. But we'll see about that going into Game 2 with Warwick 1-0 up.
Well, Warwick is, of course, 1-0 up, like you said beautifully. Both teams need, of course, to win this game. If they want to make it into that Division 1 playoffs, it is now do or die. This game is very important. One will knock down the other one into quite a harder state, making it almost impossible even to get to that Division 1, unless you're going to play luck. And I mean, let's be honest, if you can just win out cleanly, you don't want to need to rely on that luck. And right here, we see a beautiful first play. Camo definitely relying on those air dribble skills, trying to get that ball all the way to the other side. But Alice, the Cat Whisperer, is able to intercept it immediately. Now Gopher takes it all the way. Over one, almost past Gaffer, but there is Walden. The follow-up from Warwick is just beautiful.
Yeah, like I said before, it's these rotations, these aggressive rotations, always having someone behind the ball to put it back into the box, or in this case, the goal.
Well, 30 seconds is all it took, and it's already a 1-0 scoreline. This might not have been what we have expected. Salford Lions definitely struggling a little bit. And, I mean, they have a little bit of time. They have a little bit of chance as well, but we see these whiffers from the sides from Warwick. Might not be what we want to expect. Definitely not from a team that's actually winning at this point. We see a lot of misplays. So, in my opinion, I'm really wondering to see where Salford Lions are struggling so much, why they cannot, like, just capitalize on the mistakes that Warwick is making.
I really do think it's because of that synergy that Warwick have. If you watch them on Sunday, I think it was, I was casting that as well. These guys have just some amazing synergy and communication. There is always someone back. There is always someone there behind the ball just to stop it from getting in there. And that may be why this Salford Lions team can't capitalize on these mistakes. It's because they always have a backup plan.
Well, they definitely do have a backup plan, and here we see a little bit of desperate passing attempts for Salford Lions. Definitely not working, but a beautiful demo right there from Cameron creates a little bit of time now trying to dive in, but Walden is already right there. Deadly Soul might be the substitute, but can't save the net. It is 2-0 Walden getting the second goal in.
Now, what we've seen is Walden being this clinical finisher so far. I think he scored almost all the goals for Warwick at the minute, to be honest with you. Just being an absolute clinical finisher in that Batmobile car. And he's leading this team, and I think he might have some momentum going on from these goals now. He's continuing to play aggressive, and it has been 4 from 4 goals from Walden, but Camo is going to make a goal from himself, and that's going to make it 2-1.
Well, you were giving my team a little bit too little clout. Here we're going to step it up, make a beautiful solo play, and that's exactly what Camo did right there. That was just a beautiful show of control. Just taking the little bit of time you need to pop that ball into a good position, follow it up, and right here we have a follow-up. Jake Adams, almost top right corner. Could have been a beautiful tie, but sadly enough, the defense was right there. So was the side post and the crossbar. There's most hated things at this game.
Oh, it's a big whiff from Walden. Surely this is a goal from Camo, and it is. There we go. Like you were saying, Salford Lions really need to capitalize on these kinds of mistakes, and they've done so there.
Well, this was, of course, a point-blank mistake. Walden, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was trying to achieve with that one. So Camo immediately realized, oh, this guy backflip. I'm going to go for that ball. I'm going to be able to score it. And this, of course, puts Salford Lions into a very good position now. Badly Soul trying to find the back of the net. Camo right there, keeping that pressure on. That's definitely nice. Now, right here, Alice being bumped into defense makes it harder than it has to be. Jake all the way up to Deadly Soul. This could have been a beautiful opportunity, but Gopher is right there, sending the ball forward once again. Walden, a little bit of a poor touch as Camo gets a good 50 into the corner. And this is a little bit of a repetitive play that we see the entire time, that Salford Lions are taking control, trying to force a play out of the side from Warwick, and then not being able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, that's correct. And it looks like it's going to be another play from them with Jake Adams maybe looking for a pass, but it's a good flick, actually, and it's forced to save out of Gopher. Deadly Soul's going to push that one into the center, and Walden's going to push that one all the way out. Gopher to his teammate in the corner, or maybe to himself. It is to himself. He flicks it over Alice, but that's a good touch there, and it's going to go all the way, and it's going to be another breakdown of this attack, and it's going to be Jake Adams going to try and push this one into the box.
Well, 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. That's all the time both teams have to try and establish a lead at this point. And for Salford Lions, it might be all they need if they can win this game. Establish that lead for the first time themselves. They might get a little bit more confidence, a little bit more momentum as well into this game. And because right now it is really looking like Warwick is shifting it once again. They were up by 2 goals. That got tied up rather quickly. And now they're trying to hunt for that third one for them. If they can do so, they're of course in a very good position. That would mean that they would almost move up into 2-0 in the series score, and that would make it rather hard for Salford Lions to try and come back.
Yeah, like we've seen, I really do think this Warwick team is a team that thrives off some of their momentum, and that's forced a good save out of Gopher actually. It didn't look like it was going in from where I was sitting, but it forced an amazing save out of Gopher, and this is going to be a good shot as well from Camo, but Alice with a good save there as well, and Alice going up for a shot himself, but he's missed that one. It's forced Walden to come up now, and this is going to be an easy stop from Camo.
Oh my. If that pinch went in, I mean, I would have probably screamed. Everybody else would be bleeding, but that would have been a beauty. That was already such a beautiful, well, post pinch from Camo right there to send the ball all the way to the other side. Now Deadly Soul leaving them out. Camo with the follow-up, almost dunking it in. Deadly Soul with the dunk, and team play prevails, and Jake Adams is able to make it 2-3.
First of all, that first save from Walden was absolutely nuts, but Jake Adams is there to follow it up. It was unfortunate Walden didn't have any teammates there to back him up on that defensive rotation, and that's surely going to mean the Salford Lions bring this series back to 1-1.
Well, let's not forget, all the efforts right there from Deadly Soul. He threw that fake, ended up going for a tactical bump, doinking, or like Goomba stumping Walden rather to the ground, not allowing him that space to go for that ball. And that's very important. That was a beautiful second game. Salford Lions started up nicely after being 2-0 down first in this game.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, considering how these games have been going, it's been a 1-goal lead in the last game, a 1-goal lead in this game, and it's a 1-1 in the series. It's looking to shape up to be maybe a Game 5 series if it keeps going this way. It's just so close, and it's always a 1-goal difference between these two teams. I really do think this could go to the distance.
Yeah, I can definitely go quite far. And I think Salford Lions have built up a little bit of momentum. That's, of course, very important. They were looking a little bit rough, a little bit shaky in that first game. That second game, they got back. So now it's just a matter of time. Can they do it again in Game 3, or will it be Warwick coming back stronger, even stronger? I don't know if it's possible to come back even stronger because right now they're playing quite well. We see a lot of mistakes happening the entire time, and they really have to rough those out if they want to improve.
And with that, we'll be getting into this Game 3 now, and the kickoff is going to go all the way down into the corner, and Walden with a nice shot, but it's a good stop. And like I said, that aggressive defense just getting in the face of Warwick may be what the Salford Lions need to get ahead in this series, and it looks to be paying off to them.
Well, here we see a beautiful attempt. Deadly Soul shot on target. Goodness. Walden right there with the save. Warwick this time around being barraged by opportunity after opportunity from Salford. Jake Adams with a beautiful flick. Alice Cast Whisper doesn't really get the touch that they need in order to clear that ball, as it is Camo that sends it high to the ceiling. Walden gets a very poor touch, having to rely on Gopher to clear that one in an open. That's Deadly Soul gets it in.
Deadly Soul off the wall there. It comes off that touch from Walden on the ceiling, and Gopher had to be there to back him up. And that just allowed an open net to occur when both of them should have been maybe rotating.
Well, that of course should have been a little bit of a different story. Sadly enough, this is not going how Warwick wanted it. But Jake Adams, that shot, he touched that ball clearly, but the ball barely even budged, and that would probably be quite a disappointing, and even from him right there, he would have also assumed that the ball would have gone in, but right now they got another opportunity. Deadly Soul sends it one into the midfield. Jake Adams is right there, drops it just past his post, and that of course means that Warwick come out unscathed once again. They need to escape this offensive grasp from Salford Lions if they want to try and score themselves though.
Yeah, it seems like the Salford Lions have got themselves a lot of momentum now, and Warwick found themselves a bit out of sorts in that defensive play right there. It looked almost like a triple commit going from it there, but Camo going up for that one, laying it off to his teammate who puts it into the center, but that play is going to be broken down, and now it's going to be a Warwick attack.
Well, Warwick attack immediately countered. Deadly Soul almost 15 that one in. Alice the Cart Whisperer was able to get that ball out, but right now it is Camo. Ooh, Jake Adams are trying to pass it down to the midfield. We definitely see that Salford Lions are in a comfortable position. they're boost starving Warwick a little bit, and it's making it harder for them to, of course, try and do something in the field if you don't have the boost in order to sustain yourself in the air, moving quickly across the field, and it will be hard. But Walden, beautiful shot. It is 1-1.
What a beautiful shot from Walden. Absolutely amazing stuff from him. He goes up, and like I said, that clinical finishing from him in the Batmobile is something you love to see. Great precision, great power. And I just want to point out that save from Gopher in the last play as well, that allowed them to transition that play into their attacking move. And what I really think that Warwick need to do at the minute is find their stride like they did in Game 1. They seem to be a lot of the aggressors in Game 1 with a lot of third man rotations, keeping the ball in Salford's box, but it seems to be opposite this game.
It's a little bit opposite. We are halfway, and it's right now 1-1. Both teams being very even, trying to, well, get a little bit of dominance on. But, I mean, we see Salford Lions striking back, having a good starvation rotation, as I would like to call it. Just basically starving Warwick to the brink that they almost have no boots, have to heavily rely on pads. And then still getting countered and ending up being scored on. Of course, that leaves and quite a mark, but now Dudley saw a beautiful 50 right there, almost making sure that Alice doesn't get the ball. And it's just a matter of time before Warwick break through. They are a little bit more physical than Salford are, and maybe that's also something that Salford can learn from and improve their plays while being a little bit more minded towards bumps and damos.
Yeah, I mean, what needs to occur here is, like you said, Salford are on that really nice boost rotation there, boost stealing rotation, and I feel like what they do is, as they're coming out of the corner, as they're stealing that boost, they need to maybe get a bump on the goalkeeper there to open up the goal a bit more for a teammate, and that should be a brilliant opening goal opportunity for them.
Should be a beautiful opportunity, but now that Lisol sends us one forward once again. Gopher gets one touch. Alice is right there to follow it up, and once again we see the beautiful connection side from Warwick. Now Walden sends this one into the midfield. Cameron is able to clear it forward. Jake to the side once again, tries to follow it up, but Walden is right there. And again, the physical play we see from Warwick is striking. This time around, it's them really starving the side from Salford Lions. They don't have the boost in order to go for their plays. Dudley Soul right there jumping for a body, can't even follow up. It just makes it even harder for them to try and do something against Warwick.
Ooh, the demo from Alice right there, but unfortunately no one was there to follow it up. And Gopher with another demo. Like you said, this physical play could really prove to be something to look on. And another demo onto Jake Adams. This is a bit nuts now. Warwick really going all-out attack for these last few seconds of the game.
Well, this is something else. Like, the amount of bumps and demos we see might even be considered toxic at this point. Of course, this is a friendly environment. It should be far from toxic. But both teams are trying their own way to put on some pressure. And with this last play, it is definitely Warwick. They get another opportunity because Walden right here sends it forward. Cameron is able to send it to the side. Walden getting it forward once again. And they're really struggling to get that ball away. But Cameron is able to get the touch. Overtime is forced. And right now, Salford can breathe again. They have the same amount of boost. And now it is all time to try and exhibit some dominance.
Yeah, that's right. And remember, like, these teams are playing for maybe a Division 1 spot at this point right now. So both of these teams, you can see where the aggression is coming from.
Well, aggression should not translate really into physical play, but although we have to give it, the demos coming out from Warwick were definitely doing some damage to the side from Salford, and right now they're struggling themselves, should really learn a thing or two from it. But now it is Jake trying to get that ball cleared once again, and you were talking before, Warwick is just all the way in the face of the opposing team, and we see it once again right here in this overtime. They're just right there harassing them at the front and not giving them any space to work with.
Yeah, now Walden's going to be on the ball, but that's easily picked up by Camo. Maybe Alice is going to go for the 50-50 here. He does so, but it gets over him. Gopher gets a nice touch on the ball to stop that one from going in. And it's going to get pushed into the center. Gopher with another nice touch out. But Camo is waiting to push it in again. And now these aggressive rotations are really paying off.
Oh, why they were all clumped up together. One good touch from Salford Lions could have meant the end from Warwick, but right here, awkward play. Camo keeping his start, making sure that he doesn't overstep. And right now it is Jake Adams trying to get the ball forwards, does not get a proper touch. So it is Walden that sends it forward once again. This is just pure pressure play from the side from Warwick. Not even going for passes anymore, just making sure that Salford Lions somehow crumble under the pressure, but luckily enough, they consist of good enough players, know what they're doing, and will not fall that easy.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that Warwick are trying to force a mistake by going for these demos and trying to screw up the rotation of the Salford Lions, but they've been absolutely solid on the defensive side of things. They just need to be more clinical, because we've seen Walden be absolutely clinical on the side of Warwick this series, but maybe the Salford Lions need to adopt some of that clinical finishing.
Well, it will definitely become clinical right here for the team that is able to pick it up. Cameron with a beautiful lob, Gopher. Ooh. Awkward spot right there, still able to clean it to the side. Just shows that Warwick is not in a proper position. That sounds. This is an opportunity! Deadly Soul, no!
A huge whiff coming out from Deadly Soul. That could have been a winning opportunity there. An absolutely open net. And that's just so unfortunate.
I'm just heartbroken at this point. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that should have just been done. Deadly Soul should have scored that night and day. But for Warwick, they might be very happy that Deadly Soul wasn't able to do so.
Yeah, and you can see now some whiffs coming out of the Salford Lions side, which is not expected of them. We have seen Warwick have a couple double commits, couple of whiffs here and there from Walden, but now the Salford Lions are starting to have a couple of whiffs on the defensive side of things. So maybe this could be Warwick's opportunity. With 3 minutes into overtime, stamina has to be playing a part.
Well, this is, of course, like you said, stamina, persistence, just being stubborn enough to win it. It all brings it together. But the main thing that will really kill you, will really come to play a part, is stress. Stress is just a big factor, definitely, on a big game like this one. There's so much riding into this. If you can win this game, you're already one game away from match point. One step closer, of course, to that Division 1 spot. And both teams really need it. Like, let's not forget about it. They both want to win. They both want to get into that position. But they need this win in order to bring them that line. A big closer! Deadly Soul!
What an absolute corker of a finish there. He gets bumped by his teammate, manages to correct himself, and gets above Alice to dunk it past Walden. What an absolute amazing finish. And with that, I really do think Salford Lions have the momentum, and they're going to win this series from that goal. I really do think so.
That was amazing. Like, let's not beat around the bush. That was just straight up amazing. That was definitely well played from the side. From Warwick, they did their best. We're not gonna deny that one. But it was just way better played from Salford. They made so much of a difference, and now it is all down to Salford, of course, to keep it up. You said they were going to win this series already. I'm not going to count Warwick out. I think it's going to be quite a close game 4, and based on that, if Warwick can take it, I'll make my predictions. Else, I mean, you might be right. It might have been Salford taking it right there.
Yeah, I really do think that with that, Salford have a massive momentum shift now. And I really do think if they bring that momentum into this game 4, they could genuinely take this and run away with it now.
Well, we are here. Maybe the game of destiny. Maybe they want to decide it all for Salford Lions if they can win this one. But put them in a nice position, like you said. Camo now playing that ball into the backboard. Walden not able to get a proper touch as Jake Adams is right there. Gets a beautiful first touch, playing that ball high. Walden now trying to send it back to his teammate. Alice able to find connection, but there is Camo immediately sending that ball forwards once again. And it is just really booming clears from the side from Warwick. Not something constructed, well orchestrated with their team. And this is a little bit sad. We saw so much more coming out from them in game 1 though.
Yeah, and that forced a good save out of Jake Adams there. I feel like maybe the Salford Lions have got Warwick's number at the minute. They've got the read on them from that first game, which was close in itself. It was only a one goal one goal difference, it was a 2-1 game. And I feel like maybe Salford Lions have the formula, they've got the read on their opponents, and they may be able to take it to the finish line.
It's, of course, quite an important question to see how it goes. Gopher right here is trying to exhibit some plays. Gets a beautiful double touch right here. Beautiful pinch into the midfield. Walden is right there. Sadly enough, nobody between him or Camo is able to hit the ball, so that leaves a little bit of an awkward place right here. But Alice gets a beautiful touch. He's getting the ball forward once again. Dudley's still taking it away from Camo, and now Camo is in an awkward spot, so definitely that could be roughened up a little bit. Working on those communication skills from the side from Salford, I think will do wonders already, and that team could function way better than they're doing right now.
Oh, for sure. And if they do that, I really do feel like if they get some passing plays going, get the communication going, that they will absolutely running away with it. Talking about a passing play, there's one. He tries to free flip into it. Oh, it's just wide, but that one's going to go into the top into some Camo.
It was just a matter of time, let's be honest. At this point, it was just a matter of time. Beautiful play right here. Walden just going for an unnecessary touch, and Camo just playing from far away. Realizing I have to take this play slowly. If I can see an opening, I'm going to strike. Did it right there. 0-1 scoreline. It is something that Salford Lions are quite happy about. Warwick definitely now struggling, but it is Walden trying to get that ball forward. Camo not able to follow it up. Dali Sol clear into the midfield. Gopher is right there, and Alice being an absolute nuisance for the defense. But of course, this is the playstyle that we have seen from Warwick the entire time. And I mean, as long as it doesn't get as savage as previous game, I think we might be fine, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have seen, like you said, we have seen this strategy from Warwick so far, and to be honest, the past 2 games that they've done this, Salford have been winning them, as you can see on the score sheet right now. So I really do think Warwick may need to switch up their playstyle, and hopefully that first goal going the way of the Salford Lions hasn't demoralized them, because if it has, this could spell disaster.
Well, disaster is definitely looking around the corner for Warwick. They need to get that ball forward. Alice gets a beautiful touch. Camo now taking his time, getting a beautiful 1-2. Now, only against Gopher, and Gopher just takes his time. Could have been the play of the century for Camo to get that ball forward. Now Gopher trying to 50 it, but the ball goes forward once again. Dudley saw last man back from Salford. This makes it awkward. He gets that ball beautifully played into the corner. But there's one from Warwick already. Now he whistled the ball. If he got a little bit more control, a little bit more patience on that one, I feel like it could have been way more dangerous than it was right now.
Yeah, and you can see Deadly Soul went for a demo of his own there, and it left an open net. But obviously the ball was too high to do anything. But that's a great pass down to Camo, and an even better save from Alice the Cat. Absolutely beautiful stuff.
Well, this is definitely a great performance from both teams. Only 1 minute and 20 seconds remain. Warwick have to score, well, almost momentarily if they want to stay in this game. Try and force this one to game 5. But there is Alice playing the ball from the ceiling all the way down, as it is Jake trying to get a good touch right here. Deadly Soul gets a beautiful flick. This is an open opportunity. Jake Adams with the shot. But that was again poorly communicated from the side from Salford. And I mean, you would assume, being the same language that they speak, that they would be able to communicate a little bit better than they're doing right now.
Yeah, I really do think that may be something they need to work on if they want to secure these games, because these games are maybe closer than they should have been, because I really do think if Salford had that communication between their teammates, they would have run away with this series, but without that, that's made these games closer than maybe they seem.
Well, they're definitely close so far, and this is an opportunity they have to make. Walden, sadly enough, not able to finish it once again. I feel like I'm repeating myself just time and time over again. They build the shots, they're not able to finish them. We're talking about having those clinical finishes, that being something that they necessarily need right now, and not being able to do it. It's a sad truth, and in that fashion, after winning game 1, they get, I guess you could still call it a sweep after that warm-up game from Salford.
Yeah, it technically was a 3-0 sweep after Warwick wins the first game, and then the Salford win 3 in a row, and absolutely brilliant stuff from them. I mean, what else can you say? After that first game, Salford really had Warwick's number, and there's not much you can say about that. There was an absolute through and through consistency with this team today, and that got them the win.
Yeah, well, they definitely got them the win. They performed nicely. They're now in a good position, of course, for well, the playoff Division 1. They are close. They can get into it relying on chance, but of course, if they can win one more game tonight, that would of course put them in a quite a good spot.
Yeah, and with that, we will be likely heading to a break right now, but please do stick around. We have lots more great Rocket League coming up for you, and we'll see you really quick after this short break.
My heart's in the right place, and so is my soul, yeah. I won't take no excuses for it. Love it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my space. These emotions on my face, taking a toll, I gotta pay it forward. I'll give it all that I can. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah. No what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Lifting me, lifting you. Can't go alone, let's do by two. Doing this together, it's me by you. All through the night, all through the night. This is me, this is you. When we get together, we can all pull through. I don't ever wanna stop this groove. Let's get it right. Take it to the Lord, then take it to the grave. Listen to the wise man, tell me what to say. Listen to your heartbeat like it still bleed. A little bit of hope, yeah, it's what we still need. Say a little prayer for the moment. Give what you got, just go in. Can't hold you back if you own it. Live your life like a chosen. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Know what I need, I know what I need. You'll find the keys, the key.
Look into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time, and the towers looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside. up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sunrise, 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 sunrise. Sleep through the sunrise, sunrise, sleep through the sunrise. Introduce me, I'm the renegade. Every single night, I crave the taste. It's the adrenaline running through my gait. It gets me high, high, high. Got no time to waste. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose. Just faster than you. Look into my eyes, I'm not afraid. Take over my mind till it fades. Like a medicine, it keeps me safe. This neon lights lead the way. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to NSE Week 4 for this final series that we have for you today. Is going to be Rocket Leeds versus the Skeebs. It's going to be a very interesting series, don't you think?
Well, it's definitely going to be interesting. We already had our first game played off stream. That was quite something. Like, Skeebs were 2 goals down the moment we joined. And somehow they pulled it back at the last second. They just started already. They got that last goal just before it ended. And right now we're at the start of game 2. Very important game. Rocket Leeds, of course, need to win one. They, of course, want to try and tie this one up. It is very important right now. Both teams are in a decent position if they win this one in order to get into a good spot for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's right, and this is going to be falling up really nicely for Luke here, but this is going to get picked up really easily by the Durham defense right now. It's going to get nicely flicked, but it's going to get pushed aside, and Soups is going to pick that one up. Hopefully going to let it drop to a teammate, but it's going to be cut out.
Well, and only 30 seconds gone so far. Both teams trading a little bit of opportunities past each other, but right now it is Luke that has a little bit of a breakthrough. Anakin not with the shot, and there is Soups.
Oh,
It's already 0-1, a little bit the same start as last game.
yeah, and that's actually absolutely nuts to score this early in the game, considering what the scoreline of the last one was. It was just a literal last-second buzzer beater, and maybe this is going to give them momentum going into the rest of the series.
Well, it is, of course, all about that momentum. They were up by 2, lost it right there in the end, but now a team bump makes it a little bit awkward. Luke right there picks it up once again. Now sends it all the way into the midfield, but there is Musk once again. Now Anakin playing that ball forwards. Beautiful first stitch, follow up, and it is 1-1.
Absolutely nut stuff from Anakin there. Clearly being a Skywalker himself. Flies to the ball, connects onto the wall and corrects himself and gets to the ball first.
Well, this is quite a start. Both teams going head-to-head, trading goal after goal, and now actually at Channel. Oh my god, this name is gonna drive me to the brink of defeat. But hey, I'm gonna try and persevere. And it's following up. Almost gets the double, gets another touch, but DX is right there, sending it all the way forwards once again. Now Luke does not make a touch. Anakin taking his time. Gets a pass into the midfield. DX is right there. Soup's trying to find DX as he assumed that he would be moving forwards. But there's a little bit of discommunication, no connection, no team cohesion, rather, from the side from Leeds, sadly enough. And I think they can really tie this one up a little bit more and become even more dangerous for the Schemes.
Yeah, and I just want to remind those in chat that whoever's winning this series will be moving on to Division 1. This is a Division 1 game, and whoever loses this series is going to be having a difficult time getting into Division 1, and with that, Rocket Leads are saying, we want to be the ones going into Division 1 with a beautiful shot by Luke.
We were talking about cohesion, we were talking about both teams having to find each other, having to, well, be able to follow up on each other's touches, and right there we saw a little bit of an upgrade, we could say, from the side from Leeds. And it's now important to see if they can keep it up. Luke sending the ball into the midfield. Dex is already there, gets a beautiful first touch, gets a follow-up touch, but right there is a Channel playing that ball to the side. And right now, the Skeeps are struggling a little bit to escape from defense, but Anakin is driving the ball forwards, has no boost, tries to get a 50, does get a read of what DX is doing as Musk is able to read Soups, and Channel, last man, is able to beat out even one more defender, and Leeds is definitely struggling right now. The pressure is definitely on from the Skeeps, but right there, Anakin got stolen that ball away right in front of his nose because of Merge.
Yeah, and that was a Jedi mind trick occurring, I think, on Anakin right there. But this is going to be a quick pass to DX, who's going to pass it to hopefully one of his teammates off the wall, but no one's there. Soups is going to try and pick this one up, passes it to himself off the backboard, but that one's going to miss as well. And DX is going to try and put that one back into the center, and it falls to one of his teammates, Luke, but Luke misses high. And like we're seeing here, this team just needs to be a little bit more clinical.
Well, a little bit more clinical, trying to follow up on those touches, trying to make sure that they go in. It sounds so easy, but it's not an easy feat to do. And right there, we have another wave of the century. Anakin not able to find the touch, so that makes it, of course, a little bit harder. But now this Musk, a little bit of time. Sends that ball into the middle. Channel realizes that DX was going to beat him, goes all the way back, tries to get into the defensive position as Anakin whisks once again. Now Channel sends that ball forward. Luke is right there. Good follow-up. Sending the ball into the midfield, but yeah, it's a little bit of back and forth. Anakin definitely being that double-edged sword from the side from Skeeps. He does definitely get beautiful touches, but sometimes he just does not get a touch at all, and that makes it, of course, a little bit harder for his team to try and rely on him.
Yeah, I mean, when you have those sorts of players that can be almost glass cannons, if they're playing well, they're definitely like a win condition. I'm mumbling my words there, but they can definitely be a win condition. But if they're not playing well, or if they're off form, they could be a real detriment to your team, and hopefully he'll be on form today.
Well, right now it is looking to be kind of an equal game, and Anakin gets another shot on target. This is an opportunity. If he got a bump on the X right there, Channel was definitely going to make that 2-2, but right now it is looking like a shaky game, because 30 seconds remaining. The Skeeps definitely need a goal, but last game we saw it again. With 30 seconds remaining, they scored 2 goals, tied up the series, and even won it within those 30 seconds. So let's see if they can do it again. 90 seconds remaining. Musk into the midfield. Nobody is right there. Soups get a beautiful touch. The defense keeps a tight grip and making sure that they can't score as that Channel tries to play it down to the midfield. And with 7 seconds remaining, I think this might be over. And Leeds get even a 3rd goal.
Yeah, absolutely nuts stuff there. And you can see that DX with a beautiful pass down to Luke. You can clearly see that DX saw Luke waiting in the center and literally just pops it down to him beautifully. That's going to be the end of this game for sure. There's no way they're going to be able to get 2 goals in 2 seconds. And how do you feel about this game going? I know it's 1-1 now, but how do you feel about this going into the rest of the series?
Well, this of course means that everything is tied up right now, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's be honest. Like, it might be a good thing, because right now the Skeeps know we can't take Leeds lightly. Leeds also knows we can't take Skeeps lightly. But if you look at the overall goals that have been scored, we have, I think, if I remember correctly, 3 goals last time from Skeev, so they are now on 4, and 5 from the side from Leeds. So, I mean, in overall goals, Leeds is definitely leading, might have even more momentum at this point. So, it will be interesting to see how it goes in Game 3.
Oh yeah, for sure. And chat, I apologize. I promised to stop making Star Wars jokes. It's just that there's 2 players named Anakin and Luke on the field. How can I not?
Well, basically, you put duct tape over your face, and then you're not even physically able to make those jokes. So, I mean, that's one thing you can do. But we can also just
Certainly an
cast
option.
and not make the jokes.
Yep, and with that, we will be casting this Game 3 right now. DX was pushing that one onto the wall, and he's going to be picking this one up as well. Going to try and start an attack for this team, but it's going to get pushed away.
Well, this is looking nicely. Both teams having a lot of pressure like this. Soup's not able to get a touch, but now there's Luke trying to find the X on the side. Beautiful first connection. Can he get the follow-up? Sadly enough, not, but there is Luke. Leeds. This is the team connection that we're talking about. This is what we needed to see from the side from Salford. But Leeds, although all the players are a little bit more Glasgow, like you said, they either perform quite well or they perform a little bit worse. But right now it is Leeds, just with that connection, those just being able to find those passes that really just puts them on a different level than some of the other teams.
And that was some nice communication there from Rocket Leeds. You could see Luke was behind the ball and was going for it, but DX was in front of the ball and he actually just left it for DX to get. So you can see that they're communicating well, the synergy is there, but like he said, Luke is going to miss that ball off the ceiling and that glass cannon may be coming into effect.
Well, this is yet another opportunity then. Soup's almost able to get it in. Luke now another shot at Channel, able to get it out. And Soups is able to try and get that pressure on, but Mursk's right there trying to get that ball forced in. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Physical plays are coming out from the side from the Skeeves as they might need it.
Yeah, and what I do like from Skeeves right now, although it isn't the best, is that, oh my god, Soups has scored that. It's an absolutely open net. I'm not sure where the Skeeves were, to be completely honest. That was completely nuts. That net should not have been open.
Well, it might not be easy at this point. 2 goals is quite a light margin, and we saw them struggle before. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I was almost going to say, this is almost going to turn out to be 3 goals. That would have been not hilarious, but quite dramatic, at least.
Yeah, and I was about to finish my sentence, but a goal was scored. It was that I really did like the Skeeves demoing the third man on the side of Rocket Leeds because it allows them to get really nice open clears. You can see that Skeeves have been going for this play for a little bit now, and when it works, they're able to get some really nice free defensive clears and transition into offense really nicely, but just currently it isn't working out for them.
Currently it's not working out, and Mursk is trying to get that ball flick forward. Flick over one, the X is right there. Shot from a channel, and Luke with the save. The Skeeves definitely putting on some pressure, and Leeds is somehow just surviving, able to send that ball just wide time and time again, and it will just be a matter of time. I hope that the Skeeves will be able to score, well, almost momentarily, because they need at least 2 goals in order to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, with 2 minutes left on the clock, it seems relatively doable. A minute per goal is certainly doable for a team like this who favors this aggressive approach. And there is one of them. What a beautiful shot there. Really nice aerial goal. You can see the pass going up here off of the 50-50 and just being really quick to the ball and be able to dunk it under the defender is just really representative of how nice a goal can be.
Well, this is definitely quick response. Like they heard me, they said, oh, Stealthy Wolf was saying that we have to score. Let's quickly do that. Let's turn it around. Let's make this match a little bit closer, because right now that's what we want. We want to see some close Rocket League, and Anakin gets a beautiful 50 right there. Soup able to stay in control, gets a beautiful 50 forwards. Mersk, not the best touch as Anakin now is trying to clean it up. Mersk sends this ball all the way to the left side, but these are just some loose balls, and that's definitely not what the Skeeves need in this position.
Yeah, a couple of scrappy plays now leading to 50-50s, which sometimes are almost random chance where the ball goes. A bit of RNG, even in a physics-based game like Rocket League right now, but that's something you really don't want. You want to have complete control of the ball and possession of it and know exactly where it's going to go so you can clinically finish those plays.
Well, it is only 55 seconds remaining. It is now all or nothing. The Skeeves have done it before. They came back 2 goals in this amount of time, but yeah, Leeds is definitely not giving up pressure. They are making sure that they're on that ball 24/7, making sure that the Skeeves need quite some force in order to get through. But right there, beautiful block from Mersk. Now Soups sending that into Anakin. Anakin backflips, and this might be a free one, but Soups isn't able to find it. Anakin is able to pinch it away, and that should have just been 1-3. Let's be honest.
Well, what you can say is that he really didn't have the boost to get there. He was literally on 0 boost, and he literally couldn't have scored that. But it really doesn't matter because the Skeeves have 10 seconds left to go with a goal left to score to put it into overtime, and they're the team being aggressed on. So it looks like it may end up a 2-1, but maybe I'm speaking too early. The ball is up in the air, and oh, it just falls down.
Well, this was the moment of silence. A little bit of silence for the sides from the Skeeves. They were performing well up until we joined. Like, the moment we joined, they of course came back. They made those 2 goals in order to, well, tie up the series and end up winning it. But right now we're looking at a 1-2 scoreline. The Skeeves only won 1. That one game that we sadly enough didn't see on stream. And now 2 game back-to-back from Leeds. Will it be the same kind of thing that we saw from Salford, or what do you think, Jaco?
I really do think Rocket Leeds are maybe running away with it a little bit now. You can see their aggression is coming into a really cohesive form now. Getting those third man rotations, keeping the pressure, and it does leave the Skeeves team out of sorts, even when they are demoing that third man. So as we're going into game 4 now, if Rocket Leeds win this game, they are going to be going through into the top side of the playoffs at Division 1, and the Skeeves will have some trouble getting there, but if the Skeeves win this game, they're going to have another shot.
Well, they got another opportunity, but right now this is the last one for this series, and a beautiful first goal from Soup.
Absolutely nuts stuff from him. Luke with a great pass into the center, and Soups, what an angle to get that one on. Both defenders wrong-footed. You can see both of them were going for that ball, almost a double commit. Anakin tries to rotate back in time. He gets a touch on it, but it's just not enough.
Just not enough. 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go, and it's already 1 goal. I'm having mixed feelings about this. Why? Because right now it should have 100% be the Skeeves that take that first goal, but
just as you say, the Skeeves are needing that first goal. They're getting one right back, and with 4 minutes 30 left to go, it's a 1-1 game. They are saying, no, we are going to Division 1. We're just not going to let you have this.
Well, Hako, I think we can both agree on this one. That at this point, we can say that the Causticus is the most effective thing alive right now. It already showed up twice. Beautiful pinch right there. The Axe almost getting that on target with Luke. Sadly enough, not able to do so. But now at Channel, taking his time. Good pass into the midfield. But Mersk a little bit late to respond right there. Maybe didn't have the boost in order to try and follow it up. But right now, very offensive play right there. Mersk almost trying to get that ball into the midfield, but now it is Soups able to send that ball forward. Anakin, beautiful read right there. Does not have the boost. Does get a little bit of a good 50 on Luke though. But it just shows that Leeds got so much space, so much pressure to try and destroy the defense from the Skeeves.
Yeah, that's right. It looks like they're actually... You can see here they're staying back and they're in a bit of an awkward position. You can see all 3 members are in fact rotating to the back post. and maybe playing some aggressive defense, being in their face, will help them out a little bit more.
Well, a good flick right here from Musk, trying to get that ball forward once again. Like, they are tied right now, but they need another one. Stoops right there, blocked by Musk. Now a channel. Good double tap with the ball right there. Luke able to follow that one on, sets it high, but the channel is right there. Sadly enough, can't find the touch as Musk tries to block it, but it's just pressure after pressure. Leeds definitely just trying to force them way through more than anything.
Yeah, and what I did see with some leads there was a pre-fly from that team. What happened there was Luke went up, and you could see one of his teammates was up with him trying to steal the ball and almost put it in a better position towards the net. So that communication is really coming in clutch.
Oh, clutch communication, ball up into the midfield. The channel is right there, does a beautiful fake, leaving two people behind, but the rest of his team is a little bit late to respond as Luke is right there, able to read it and just solo it in. It is 1-2 right now with half a game remaining.
Yeah, that's right. And you can see Luke just puts this up against the ceiling. It's a miss there from Anakin, and it just goes straight in. It's a completely open net. You're never missing those.
Well, half a game to go. Moose trying to get that ball into the midfield. Anakin is right there. Backboard is acquired. A channel. Ooh, beautiful opportunity, but sadly enough, not able to put it on target, as now it is Moose trying to get that ball into the midfield. Sadly enough, not able to do so. And it is just Leeds. We were talking about cohesion this night already, but yeah, it is just coming through. Leeds is so much more effective. Clearing the ball, passing that ball into one of the defenders or just one to their teammates in order to get that ball in their possession once again. It's something that they're doing splendidly, and it's really making the Skeeps struggle at this point.
Yeah, it's really playing dividends for them, and you can see even in that play there was all three team members were involved with a pass to each other, but now Agnall, almost in, but he just doesn't have the angle on it, and everybody is able to get back in time.
Everybody is able to get back in time, but there is still DX with control. Fakes out Musk, gets a beautiful 50 up the wall. Sadly enough, doesn't get the boost grab, so definitely from the side from the Skeeps, they're already catching on to the solo strategy that the Leeds team is trying to do. But right there, Sue's beautiful bump. DX with the shot, a channel, has to make a save, dives into the corner, is now left in an awkward position. Gets a beautiful 50, DX is there on the other side, shot on target.
Oh, goodness,
and Anakin is able to make the save.
An absolutely brilliant save from Anakin, almost a reactionary one there. The ball was coming really quick at him, so to be able to flip like that, goodness me, good stuff from them, and good defending.
There's definitely some good defending. Now, Channel trying to get that ball forwards, only 45 seconds remain. His team has to try and drag themselves into this one. How can they do that, you ask? Well, simply enough, score one more goal, double commit right there, leaves the channel in an awkward position. Fakes Luke, but Luke gets the demo right there. And Anakin almost, looks like he was setting himself up for an own goal. This is definitely something questionable coming out from the Skeeps.
Yeah, I mean, he was in a difficult position with no one else back, and now the Skeeps have to score one goal with 15 seconds left to go. Let's see if they can do it. It's going to go all the way up the field. It's going to be stopped by DX. 10 seconds left. It's going to be put into the box by Anakin. It's going to get pushed out. It's going to get put in, and almost in there, almost in the top corner, but with 1 second left to go. There it is. Oh my god, it's pushed up by Anakin. This is going to get pushed down. Oh my goodness, basically. Anakin almost puts it in. Oh my goodness, my heart's beating so fast right now, but this is almost going to get pushed down, and there it is. Rocket leads with a 3-1 win, and they will be moving into Division 1.
This is just rather upsetting at this point. I'm not gonna lie, like, the Skeeps played that well, definitely had some good opportunities, but we're talking about cohesion, and I mean, don't get me wrong, Leeds definitely 100% deserve to be in that spot. They got some great potential, showed it already, but I feel like the Skeeps had a very poor game at this point, or a very poor series. Like, they started well, a little bit the same performance that we saw from Warwick earlier, but it's kind of sad to see it go this way. But yeah, I mean, they still have a very, 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 very slight slimmer of hope. But yeah.
And remember, the top 12 teams are going into that Division 1 place, and currently those top 12 teams are Portsmouth Paladins, the Loughborough Lions, the Arctic Foxes, Lancers Team A, Scouse Sports, Salford Lions, the Rocket Lads, Warwick Acceptable Team Name, who we saw today, UEA Blue Jays, who we also saw, the Durham Defenders, again, brilliant team, Bath Salts, and who we just saw qualify with that game right there, the Skeeps.
Well, it's definitely, of course, important to see. I mean, the standings are looking quite promising. Right now, it is definitely the Paladins that are looking mighty strong, definitely very strong. Probably one in the top for the running. They're already automatically qualified with the score they're at. They're never going to be knocked out of the Division 1 playoffs. But if they're going unbeaten so far, I'm really starting to wonder, Hako, will they also just go unbeaten in the side of of the players themselves?
I don't know. It really has potential to do so, and I guess Portsmouth Paladins with their win rate is absolutely nuts. They have 11 points going into this winner's side, and they've got to be the favourites to win the entire NSE.
Well, they're definitely looking to be the favorites, but I mean, we saw some of the underdogs right now. We saw the Salford Lions clinging in, making it to 7-3 before. I don't know how they've performed so far, how they're doing currently, but they might be in a good position as well to try and get in. The Lions, for instance, also on second right now, so they are definitely in a good position. It's just after that point, like we have Portsmouth Paladins, like you said, just being all the way up there, being the favorites to win. But then the next group of 45 teams are also close, and then the ones that fill out the rest of the top 12 is also just very closely packed together. So, I mean, looking forward to the players, I'm expecting some close games.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I mean, it's going to be very interesting moving into next week how things are going to shape out to be. But what do you think's going to happen in these coming weeks?
Well, I'm assuming there are going to be a couple of upsets. Like we're all fans of upsets, like teams like Leeds. Right now, we saw them perform well. They were a little bit unknown, a little bit shaky from time to time, but the moment everything is going fine, then it was just amazing, and they performed well. So, I mean, I think they won from the underdogs to look out for in the playoffs, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Um, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how everything turns out right now. Um, and we could potentially be throwing it to one more game.
Well, potentially, it might also be the last game. I don't know how this one is going to end. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I have no clue how this is going to go. If I remember correctly, we are looking at Loughborough Lions against Warwick B, and it looks like Loughborough Lions won this game as well. So, yeah, they are definitely in a nice position. Also, one of the stronger teams making it into the playoffs of Division 1 already.
Yeah, absolutely. They are absolutely such a strong team, and you know they deserve to be in that top caliber.
Well, I think we're gonna take a little bit of a short tactical break as we try and get Hako into the lobby.
Mm.
Uh, oh, apparently it's game 5 and they don't want us to and be in there.
Ooh, oof.
What do we do
Bad
now?
times. Well, as we're waiting on some direction from our stream manager, we will um have a little chat maybe with the chat, Twitch chat. How are you guys doing? How do you feel like that game went? It was absolutely nuts these last few seconds in that game.
Well, in the last few seconds, it was quite a one-sided. Both teams, of course, were already looking pretty sharp, and it was, of course, the Loughborough Lions already in a little bit of a better spot. It was 3-2, so that's nice to see as we are loading into the game once again. Both teams are gone. So are you.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
ooh,
What now?
strange. Okay, let's see what is going to occur right now. Twitch chat, keep talking. We will see. Imprivato says it went well. Obviously, a very exciting match. Um, and you know, it's this next match is going to be pretty exciting as well. Even though we're only going to be seeing maybe the last game of it, it's going to be pretty exciting.
So right now, it is of course very important to see as well. Like, of course, we know top 12 move on, and that also means that the top four potentially get a bye. And so the winner of this game might be in the running for a bye into that Division One playoff as well. So it will be pretty interesting to see how this one goes.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, people asking in the chat, is it 8 wins to qualify? If you get 8 wins, you're almost definitely qualified into this one. And obviously, we're going to be seeing the Loughborough Lions come into this one.
Well, it's of course a little bit of a wait. Warwick B. I think we're
Yeah,
still waiting on Warwick B.
yeah.
I might also be mistaking. Oh no, we're waiting on Loughborough Lions.
Uh,
Oh, it's Sky
okay.
Sports. See,
Yes.
I'm very confused right now. Who's Boo?
Yeah. So we're going to be seeing Scout Sports versus the Loughborough Lions for a bye um in the next game right now.
Um,
So we'll
well,
just be remaking the server to make it all nice and tidy for you guys. Um and we'll rejoin it in a couple of seconds. But for now, keep talking in the Twitch chat. Keep talking about how excited you are about this game. It's going to be a really interesting one to watch.
yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Like, round one by gives you a little bit of a better position. You're already in a nice place, of course, to see how everything is going to go. And if I will remember correctly, this is game five, so there's quite something on the line for both teams right here. One will make it into that bye, one will have to fight immediately. So it is a rough start. We're already right here inside the game. Sadly enough, you're not here, I
Yep.
assume. We'll get that fixed in some sort of a way, but right now it is that is able to get that ball forward. It is definitely a nice start. Definitely going into a good direction as we now have, of course, for instance, getting that ball into the corner. Now Stock, beautiful clearance, stamina right there, trying to get that ball into the midfield, and it's a little bit of back and forth. Loughborough Lions definitely trying to put some pressure onto the side from Scout Sports, but it's taking a time. They're not being allowed too much space and not being allowed too many opportunities either.
Yeah, and as you know, we have crowd favorite Matt M. We love to see him. Everybody loves to see him. Everybody probably gonna pop off of him in the chat. Now, you know these guys, they have the star potential. Um, but we just need to see if Scouse Esports can work as a team um to try and win this game 5.
Well, game five is going to be pretty important. We're right in there. So Meow now trying to find stamina in the midfield. Stock gets another touch. And now it is Dewis trying to take his time. Beautiful fake right there. Matt Am a little bit too far already. Now it is Stock in beautiful position. Goss plays that ball forward. Meow digs it up. Plays it to the side. Now doesn't get a proper touch though. So it's a little bit of back and forth. Both teams making a couple of mistakes. Making some good opportunities. And I feel like Scars is struggling a little bit. Like, they are getting some nice offensive opportunities, but sadly enough, are not able to push it through and get those goals in.
I mean, I really do wonder what was happening in those other 4 games because this is looking to be a relatively close one, and if Scouse, aren't playing so well this game, how did they win 2 of them?
Well, I think it's a little bit of a back and forth series, so this is definitely very important to see how it goes. But right now it is Meow trying to get that midfield pass. Stamina is right there. Shot is launched. D-Wiz gets a good follow-up. Dunks Meow as well, but Meow
Ooh.
almost gets it into the goal. That could have been a beautiful opportunity, but now Matt Am demoed. Stamina gets a beautiful pinch, and we're at half the game, and both teams haven't scored yet. What can they change in order to do that?
I mean, what we just saw there, one of the demos, we've been seeing demo plays all night, and they've actually been working pretty solidly. I think maybe going for those more aggressive demo plays might help one of the teams out in forcing a mistake and getting a goal.
Well, it is, of course, nice to see how this is a little bit of an equal game right now. We see a whiff once again. Sadly enough, not able to get this one through, but right here, another opportunity. Matt Am to the
Ooh.
side. Could have been a good shot attempt for them, but Matt Am now with a shot.
Oh
Goes
my
right
goodness.
there. The save is on. And Stamina tries to fake goals, but Meow is right there. This long shot into stock. Back and forth play between both teams. Not really one of the two trying to regain control or try and control the play at all, though.
Yeah, you can see actually that these teams both have such high technical skill, and the Lions are showing some skill off in the defense as well with things like fake challenges and shadow defense. So, and a great save getting pulled out by Matt M there. You love to see it, and I'm sure the crowd's going wild for him right now.
Well, 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining. That's all the time they got in order to try and, well, get one goal on the board. Both teams, Scouse and Loughborough Lions, need a goal right now. Would put them in quite a comfortable position. Otherwise, we might be going into a 0-goal overtime. Is something else, but right now we have Matt Amst forcing that ball forward. Goes right there, sends the ball to the other side as he's trying to play out to his teammate D-Wiz, but right there, 2 people committing Stamina. Beautiful first touch. Stock goes into the air. This is awkward. Matt Am has to make a touch and is able to do so. 40 seconds remaining, and it is definitely Scouts that have some beautiful opportunities. Sadly enough, not able to just capitalize on them.
Yeah, I just want to point out that touch on the wall from Matem. If he hadn't controlled it as well as he did, it would have maybe been a bit more of an open opportunity for Scouse Sports. And that's a nice flick over there,
Oh,
and it's almost known goal for Matem.
I was holding my breath. Like, that could have been the worst ending goal. Because, like, right now, 10 seconds remaining. It is all or nothing. One goal goes in. You're out. It's looking like we're going to that 0-0 scoreline overtime. But
Oh
here we
wait,
have Matan with
Matem,
control.
Matem!
Ball into the
Oh my goodness, Matem! Oh goodness gracious me, Matem with an absolutely amazing shot, 0-second buzzer beater, collects it on his hood, puts it over both of the defenders and straight underneath the crossbar. Some beautiful stuff for Loughborough to get that bye into the top 4.
They're definitely in a good position. Definitely what they wanted to get to, and yeah, I mean it's a nice start. I mean, if you have to get up to Portsmouth Paladins in the end, as Loughborough being as a team, then you want a little bit of an easier run. And I'm speechless. I'm not gonna lie. That
Yeah.
last play right there, out of nowhere, we both lost our mind, and it's a little bit unfortunate because Cars had so many great opportunities. We see it in the amounts of shots they had. They had 7 shots, only 4 from the side from Loughborough. And it was that last one that ended up being the difference maker.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is sad to see. But congratulations, of course, to Loughborough Lions. As, like you said, they get that round 1 bye. And that's definitely something nice. Of course, in that Division 1 playoffs.
Yeah, of course, having that buy is going to be really, really strong for them moving forward. Absolutely great stuff from them. And, you know, Matt M with that final play, absolutely nuts stuff. I'm sure the chat is going absolutely wild right then. Um, wild right now. So yeah, Stealthy, what do you think about that final play?
And that final play was something else. Like, just to get that amount of control that we had of Matt Am, just taking that ball, lobbing it over one, having just enough speed to get it over the last defender as well. That was just insane. I was thinking it was going to be an overtime, even a long one rather, taking maybe 2-3 more minutes into a scoreless game. But yeah, Madame apparently was like, I'm done. This game has
Yeah,
been going on for long enough. We're gonna end it right here, 0 seconds. We don't need an overtime. We're gonna score right here, right now, and
yeah.
that's what he did.
I mean, this is really interesting because what would have happened in that overtime? It's really interesting to speculate because I think Scouse Sports maybe had a bit of an edge in maybe that overtime situation.
Yeah, I feel like Skulls had a fair chance. Definitely, like right there, that overtime might have been their way. And sometimes in those last moments of the game, when it's 0 seconds, you don't anticipate your own opposing team to just drag that ball,
Yeah,
get it in. You are going to force some mistakes, doing some mistakes yourself, and maybe play a little bit too offensive. And I feel like that's really all that went wrong right there from Skulls. It's sad, but they're still in the playoffs, so I mean, it could have been worse, you know.
yeah. And with that, that will be us done for today. We will be throwing it to a quick break, and hopefully you guys will be back to talk about some of the results with Big Daddy Sin um later on in the stream, but we'll be throwing it to a break right now. Thank you for staying with us. I've been 12 Hack of Your Death. I've been with my friend Stealthy, and thank you to everyone that's been watching the stream, Sig for stream managing, and everyone else. Thank you to NSE. But thank you guys. It's been a great stream. Stealthy, do you have anything to say?
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to cast with you. It's been quite an eventful night. To lobbies not working our way, service having to be reset. Of course, that cross platform always
Yeah.
being a pain in the ass. I mean, in the end, we had some good Rocket League games, and I hope everybody enjoyed it at home. And with that said and done, and that's been me, and
Yeah.
I really had a blast.
Yeah, so did I, and we will see you next time, and you can stick around for a little chat over the results after the break.
We're going for this is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
ain't a song, it's a battle cry. No life, I see the clue between the strobe lights. I'm haunted, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it, I can't help you now, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, push follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, push got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up, take a X, and now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say Don, it's why you sad. I said I just need to think. Red tape, got too close, I hate the city. Black face, show you everything you need till you fornicate it bad. Someone said it's sad, 'cause I used to want it bad. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you too many times, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my.
I'm so sorry that I wasn't really there for me. 'Cause nobody else is showing any empathy. Rudely awakened, quite undertaken. Did I do something wrong? Life isn't easy, why did you leave me here with my thoughts alone? I don't wanna wake up messed up, 'cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I need you now, 'cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. I'm so sorry that I didn't go to therapy, thinking everybody, even you's an enemy. Brutally awakened, quite undertaken. Did not do nothing wrong. Life isn't easy, why did you leave me here to get drunk alone? And I don't wanna wake up messed up, 'cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I need you now, 'cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. If I am so wrong and so gone, miserable, won't you stick around just for some be visible? But you don't, no you don't care. Leave me to suffer, erase all the doubt. Pouring Jack in my mouth, in a love with enough of the pain and the drugs to be sign though. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that.
That sounds like a pop song.
Take a dive before you dry, y'all. It's the only way to live. You can't be without it, baby. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Try before you sign off. Shit can kill the sick. Real stories. It's the only way to live. Fancy cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky, let that night come with peace. Anywhere you wanna be. Anywhere you wanna be. Yeah, yeah. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. Pick a panel to be right on. Yeah. 'Cause no one really gives. Don't look back, I'll keep your eyes on. Long ago. Doesn't matter what it gon' cost. No. Never gave a shit. Real soul. Let it take a hit. Hey. Who's getting high on emotion? Look around. People fight all their life for some peace. Yeah. Look around. Fancy cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky, let that night come with peace. Anywhere you wanna be. Anywhere you wanna be. Yeah. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. Take off. Rush at the rush. Take off. Rush at the rush. Hot. Rush. Take off. Rush at the rush.
next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette by East Riverside. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby you make me feel something.
We're living for the moment now, we're one with the world. I can't lose this feeling I get. My heart's in the right place, and so is my soul, yeah. I won't take no excuses for it. Love it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my space. These emotions on my face, taking a toll, I gotta pay it forward. I'll give it all that I can. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, no what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Lifting me, lifting you. Can't go alone, let's do by two. Doing this together, it's me by you. All through the night, all through the night. This is me, this is you. When we get together, we can all pull through. I don't ever wanna stop this groove. Let's get it right. Take it to the Lord, then take it to the grave. Listen to the wise man, tell me what to say. Listen to your heartbeat like it still bleed. A little bit of hope, yeah, it's what we still need. Say a little prayer for the moment. Give what you got, just go in. Can't hold you back if you own it. Live your life like you're chosen. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, no what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if
into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time. In the towers, looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Look into my past and I count the numbers of the dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need to worry or discuss much. It's time for me to hit the road. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Introduce me, I'm the renegade. Every single night, I crave the taste. It's the adrenaline running through my gait. It gets me high, high, high. Got no time to waste. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth, I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth, not
Chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know. Walk on up with a drink in hand, sipping mixes cause you can. And all the lights begin to switch off. You're chasing the light, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the light, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night, holding on for holding on for life, feeding the high, chasing the night, chasing the night. Hotel rooms and city squares, champagne bottles, drum and snare. The sights and cities seem to fall away when you stay. Locked in love for a night or two, losing sleep just to get a few. Day to day you wanna stay out, you're chasing the light, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the chasing the night, holding on for feeling the high, chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Woo. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Summer sauce, drippin', drippin'. Woo. Got it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Got it. You know, yeah, you know, I'm only making moves. There ain't no other option. There ain't no other option. So if you talking juice, well damn, you know I got it. Yeah, you know I got it.
Nobody got it like
Nobody got it like. Yeah. I got the juice. I got it. From a droppy in the scene, I feel lucky, yeah. Got them watching from Paris to popping, yeah. With this music was lurking, now I'm attacking. Now with the chatting, I just step up and make it happen. It's a lifestyle. Living young and restless, yeah, we quite wild. If I want it, I'ma get it talking right now. And I ain't got no regrets, it's my time now. Lights out when you see us talking moves. You don't know that's the topic. And if you talking juice, well damn, you know I got it. Damn, you know I got it.
nobody got it like
Yeah, 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 yeah. You know it, yeah. Summer sauce, drip, drip. I got the juice, yeah.
They can try, but can't do it like Vinny. Yeah, no permission. I got it.
Sarah, I hurt myself today trying to make the pain go away. Sarah, I want to fade away, be with the stars in outer space. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's Molly for the melancholy. Cody fill a hole inside me. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I know my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, why you leaving me? Don't you know you can't leave me now? Sarah, I lost myself today trying to find ways to make you stay. Sarah, I want to go away, close my eyes, never wake up again. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's Molly for the melancholy. Cody fill a hole inside me. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I know my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, why you leaving me? Put me on my misery.
Don't you know I'm a bad little mama? I got moves like Madonna. Don't tell me cause I move when I'm gonna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna. Don't you see I'm a winner, I'm a queen. I cause no scene if you work with me. Don't stop me cause I fight when I wanna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Hey, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouths. The chosen one they call, I about it if you tell, know you're breaking codes. But your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Stepping in, elevator. This is to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. I found out I'm not alone. 'Cause I'm just like you. We are fearless when we fight and not afraid to level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Ready, let's go. Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round. You know Mark, South Stuff. Types that never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you now one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got 'em coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh,
Hi to
Hello
the stream.
there.
Hello.
Personally, I did not. I was too busy trying to get that last 3-0 to the secured Division 2 playoffs, but no, I didn't.
Yes, conversely, I was a little bit busy getting swept, so wasn't there, unfortunately.
No, I was too busy sweeping, and we were just done after that, which was lovely.
Yeah, well, they were missing Tide Active for all of week 2, and I believe most of week 3 as well. So they actually haven't played Portsmouth yet with their best roster. So there's still that to look forward to. But yeah, like us, have started today in 6th and have managed to work their way up now to being 3rd seed overall, I believe. Can't actually see the standings right this second. Yeah, 3rd seed just behind Loughborough Lions. Portsmouth Paladins way out in front, 2 wins ahead of the rest of the field, but I think we were all expecting it to be 3. I'd still be interested to know what exactly happened in that match against Salford Lions that caused an unbeaten Portsmouth side to suddenly go and get swept. But Salford up into the top 4, which is something that literally none of our casters predicted at the start of the season, with the exception of Kilsink. Kilsink was the only one to predict Salford in his top 6. He also predicted Bath in his top 6, and they did not reach that height, but they did indeed still manage to get into the playoffs, so there's always a chance that they can rise. But they've got a reasonably tough run of things. They're going to have to go through Scout Sports, and then after that, they will be facing Portsmouth Paladins in the quarterfinals. But before we get into the playoffs, let's look slightly further down the table. So yeah, both Durham teams missing out narrowly on opponent match win percentage. Durham defenders in 13th, and Skebs. How is it pronounced? What is that name?
Allegedly, it's pronounced Scenes, but with a B. Seebs. I did not pioneer the name, not my team, no association.
Yeah, I've just realised I've done a massive production mess up. I've been muted pretty much the entire time until Cenarius started talking, so nobody watching has any idea what is happening so far. But I will just throw the bracket up to save me talking through it again. The Portsmouth Paladins choked their round 12 game against the Salford Lions. That allowed the Salford Lions to get the crucial 9th game, which put them level with Loughborough Lions and Lancashire. That means those 3 teams, alongside Portsmouth Paladins, received a bye to the quarterfinals of the Division 1 playoffs. Rocket Leeds somehow ended up playing the Seebs in their round 12 game. Both went 2-0 in the evening until that point. Rocket Leeds took that game, their 10th seed. They'll be playing Rocket Lads in possibly one of the hardest to cast series of the season. Scout Sports and Bath Salts going on at the top. UEA Portsmouth Potatoes should be easy one for UEA, and Arctic Foxes versus Warwick. Warwick have been suffering this split, but should manage with that. Cenarius, talk us through Division 2.
Yep, sure. Yep, I can do that. So we've got a fairly mixed bag of teams in here. We've got teams like Rock End Tears that I think we were all expecting to see in Division 1, and I imagine probably would have been if they hadn't missed the whole of Week 3 due to RCS qualifiers. But then you've also got teams coming up from the bottom who have done very well to get in here. Teams like Kiel Team 6, for example. Northumbrian Nemesis are a team that we haven't seen before, but which I actually have quite high hopes for going into this bracket. And also Warwick Cyber Delta finishing ahead of the quote-unquote Warwick A team. Well done to them. And Reading Your Plays just about managing to hold on to their position and finish as the 12th seed in this group. So yeah, a very open bracket. You would expect Rock End Tears to be very clear favourites in this division, but that depends on how seriously they want to take it now that they've missed out on Division 1. Willow points out no Oxford in here. That's right. Yeah, it's more surprising teams that haven't made it in. Oxford all the way down in 28th place. Looking further down, Trent Boys, no Nottingham Trent presence in the playoffs. See anyone else? Beckett Bears, yeah, it's a shame. If they hadn't missed weeks, could definitely have seen them making a push for playoffs. Super Speedy Racy Boys, another team that, had they not been absent today, could potentially have snuck back in. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the teams are missing. Oh, and Sheffield Saints down there on 0 wins. I don't actually know what happened there.
Anyone familiar with the Sheffield team?
Not a clue.
Sounds
about right though for a Sheffield team.
Ooh.
Wow, kick them while they're down. Jesus.
Literally.
I mean, we almost had Sartby Swans go without a win the entire season. They didn't show up today, which was a shame.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's the shame because they've managed to protect Sheffield Hallam from taking the wooden spoon for this season. I'm trying to think actually. So I can't remember. Obviously, Manchester get the wooden spoon more often than not, but I can't remember who had it in spring. Let me just quickly look it up.
Now this is the important stamp we should be talking about.
It was Lancaster Bottlers. They were the last place team in NSE Spring. They finished 110th. So yeah, the trophy is going to be staying up north for the third season running. So yeah, shall we get into these playoffs predictions?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, shall we start off with the Division 2 games?
The most thrilling of the games.
Of course, yeah. Okay, game 1, the closest on seeds is Loughborough Ball Chasers versus UEA List.
Hey, there's my boys in there. We do love them. We've got Waddle in that team, who's actually Queen Scots. He's an 1800. And he's actually a really smart player, and they've also got Muffin, who's a mechanical god. I really do rate those guys. Like, we do 6-mans privately a lot, and honestly, I get dunked on quite often by Harry. I'll give him that.
So you're giving it to UEA List.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give it.
Whoa!
I've got to support the boys.
Hang on a minute. Didn't see that prediction coming.
What a shock!
Fair enough.
No.
Fair enough.
No, I feel like that's like a really close game. I don't know. I feel like Loughborough B also have some like really sick players. I don't know who's on their lineup.
They got
Meow.
Meow. I think it's Meow, Lou, and Goreg is what I played a couple of weeks ago. But I don't know. Yeah, I agree with KJ that Muffin and Queen of Scots are they're really solid players. But I don't know. I have to give it to like Loughborough. I think they're just more solid in general. That's my prediction.
That, of course, leans on the fact that Tom somehow resolves his internet issues by next week. He's been suffering since to be last Tuesday, because I think he was complaining in the Portsmouth series as well.
Ooh. I've just got word Muffin isn't playing.
Oh,
that's big.
Anyone changing their predictions then?
KJ?
I've got to back the boys, not only to support Queen Scots, but a little bit of a BM on my ex-teammate Meow. We do love it.
We've got Camo joining us from Salford, by the way. Camo, say hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Camo.
Hey.
Yeah. So we'll come to you in a second. But who's going to be coming into that new lineup then? Would it be Zortia? Because if so, that's more kind of a like-for-like replacement.
I think it'll be Dizzy probably, and maybe Exover will be good. So like probably Queen Scots, Dizzy, and then Exover, which is a good team. I think Zort's on holiday right now, which is a shame because he's actually like nearly 1900 now somehow. He's a bit of a mechanical man, but I don't know. I still rate them because like Dizzy played in Team 1 with us when we did that decent run at the Stay at Home series, and he's a really solid guy. I mean, I still rate that team. I don't really think that's much of a difference in quality between Muffin and Dizzy anyway, to be honest.
Okay. Well, we'll get back to the Division 2 playoffs in a second. But let's go to got to leave in a second. What happened with Salford Lions today? It seems like you guys really popped off.
We just played really well together. We had like a few iffy weeks as well, the games the weeks before, and then we just really popped off today. But we did get lucky with against Portsmouth today because they did play over Sob, so that's why.
Oh, who did they have?
I don't know him, and because obviously I think the other Portsmouth teams are playing in, he obviously I'm guessing he was like champ 3, because obviously the second team's playing, so they can't get a sub from them.
Right.
And I'd never heard of him before, so I'm guessing he was around like champ 3 when we played him.
Replacing who on the main roster?
He replaced Esper.
Right, I see.
So it's still Psycho and Geordie, but we're still really happy with the result, to be fair.
As you should be.
Yeah. We're happy with it. But I think just in our overall week, we just played solid today. I was just really happy because in the few weeks before, I just thought we had a lot of double commits, and now we played solid.
So Jody Unknowns just said that Esper wasn't there for the series; it was BKD instead. So I don't know quite where BKD is on Portsmouth's list right now. I know certainly he's not the A team's usual sub.
You'd imagine by that time all the potatoes. Was it potatoes? Yeah, it was potatoes. So they'd used up their B team to make sure they got into playoffs. So I guess it didn't really matter what player they got, so long as they got a player in.
Yeah, we played them second. We played them in the first game, actually, their second team. So that's why, I didn't see any of them playing for the main team. So I was like, who is this? Steitermart, I thought it was going to be for Loughborough and just come out of nowhere and just slap us about.
But it didn't happen. You clinched top 4. Very good.
Yeah, we did. I'm honest. I said afterwards to us, I was like, how have we managed to do that? It's like I was just shocked, really.
Well, I mean, give yourself some credit. You are a really good player, and I do think if you guys because we've played you in EUR a little bit too, and
Yeah.
I when you get into a 1v1 situation, we're all scared. Like, if you guys rotated well and you're on the attack, I mean, you're a good side. You should give yourself some credit for that.
Yeah, cheers. We are good. On our day, we are actually good. But no, I'm only saying I'm surprised because like Aaron's not played a single game for us this season except against Berlin Phoenix. Other than that, he hasn't played.
It's a bit of a warm up.
Stronger without him? Question mark.
Sorry. Sorry.
I said stronger without? Question mark. Who knows?
Better strengths and weaknesses when he's not on the team. There's up and downs. That's not a bad thing. We just maybe we're better when he's in the team rotation wise. But then there's other parts that like Deadly Soul that he didn't play. He played on the same team does that Aaron doesn't sometimes do. It's like it's a bit up and downs depending on what other player you get.
Now, as cool as Salford is, we do have other games to talk about.
Actually, I'd like to talk about Salford a little bit.
Oh, go on then, Scenarius.
Yeah.
Well, Division 1 playoffs, you got UEA Blue Jays.
Oh, do we? Oh,
winner of that.
KJ.
To face Salford Lions.
Hey, let's go.
I didn't even realise that. Oh, talking about me in 1v1, you still scared of me, KJ?
Nah, I'm sorry for your loss. Come that game.
No, I don't know. You still need to beat Portsmouth first, mate.
Oh God. No, we've got them in the semis, I think.
Nah, the real Portsmouth team.
The true Portsmouth.
Oh, the big boys.
Yeah.
That'll be tough. Every game's going to be hard, no matter what. We've all been decent enough teams to get here. There's not going to be any foot off the pedal stuff.
Okay, well, let's get back to Division 2 then. So we had UEA this versus Ball Chasers, and then the winner goes on to face Durham. You think either of them have a chance against Durham? Durham defenders, that is.
I think both of them have a chance against Durham. I mean, Durham had that really sick EUR run, or as just a sick couple of weeks where they just popped off apparently. But no, I still think that these UEA teams, barring of course how can UEA play without Muffin and how Tom's internet is for Loughborough, but I still think they can take a game off or even take the series off of Durham because I think no BM's ouch, but you kind of hit or miss kind of you one week you just kind of pop off, and other weeks I don't know, you just kind of don't gel together. That's how I feel anyway.
Will I be able to say something? Because this is I've just seen it and I was just it's really caught my eye. I'm extremely surprised Kent's in Division 2.
Yeah, they missed last week.
On the day, they're so good. You don't understand that team is.
Well, Kiri's unreal. He's such a good
exactly.
player.
Kiri an all-rounder, and I think it's Ali, or I don't remember their third. But when they play on the day, they just absolutely hammer teams. Because Kiri's been popping off in actual the bubble scene as well recently.
Yeah, he has. I mean, if Kiri pops off, no player in that bracket would be able to stop him. I really don't think anyone's on that level.
Kiri's just a machine when he just gets going. It's stupid.
Oh God, he's mental.
So moving down to some of these other games, Northumbrian Nemesis, Reading, reading your plays, however you want to take that one. Predictions, guys.
I think Reading are quite good actually. We've played them before in the EUR. I think it was the qualifiers, and they were a lot better than I thought they were. I don't want to sound ego-y, but I didn't really hear of them before, and they actually gave us quite a good game. I don't know much about Northumbria though.
Back in the spring season, they were above you guys. They were in National League, but that was when they were playing with Those Nuts instead of Jay. Jay is finally a student, and so they decided to play the season with him instead. They say it doesn't make too much of a difference to the way they play, but on the one hand, I know that Dos Nuts does play an awful lot more Rocket League than Jay does. I think Jay's been kind of hard stuck champ 2 for a couple of years now, so I think I don't know if it's affected them this summer, but yeah, this is a team that hasn't yet replicated the results they were getting back in spring. Northumbria and Nemesis, meanwhile, a relatively new team. They sort of sprung up in the spring season. They started the season a week late, if I remember correctly, and that was the deciding factor in them not getting into the Northern playoffs because they were picking up enough points per week that they should have got there. So I think it's quite reasonable to see them making these Division 2 playoffs this time. And it's a relatively high seed as well. Yeah, that could be quite an even game. I don't know too much about the Northumbria lineup. I believe it's like low Grand Champ level. And matching up against Reading, I think you would still think that Reading on their day would beat them because Jaded is, as a player, probably a clear level above anything on that Northumbria roster. But it really depends. I mean, if you look at the results in league play, Northumbria are coming in as the higher seed.
Yeah, I don't know about Jaded though, because we played Reading today and Jaded wasn't playing, so I don't know what that deal is, to be honest.
That might explain a lot, to be fair.
Yeah.
That would explain a fair bit.
I take it nobody has anything left to add on that series.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Just
let's move on to these last two. Some quick fire predictions so we can get on.
I'm gonna go though, guys, real quick because I've got a scrim now. So
enjoy, Camo.
See you later, pal.
Cheers, thanks for having me, man. See you guys.
See ya.
See ya.
So link up Lincoln and the I assume that's Sussex B, or is that Sussex A and the?
It's Sussex B because Sussex don't have any of Distan, TJX, or Fisk available this season. So I believe the team is I'm private. I think it's JTL and someone else. I'd have to look it up.
I'm betting link up.
Okay,
yeah,
just straight away. I think they're decent, and if it's none of the A team for Sussex, then I've got to give it to them.
Yeah, for sure. Like Link Up, we played them a couple of times, and they have varying rosters. Like their roster varies week to week because not all their players are always there. But when they've got players like I don't know if he's playing, but Oscillates. I know Oscillate's a really solid player, and then I think he's enough, and the other two players are quite solid. So I think he's enough to just carry them through most of these series. But I think it all depends if he's there or not.
Yep, agreed.
And then moving on to Kiel Team 6 against the Warwick C/D team. Oh yeah, to add to that, Warwick have not had a good last day. Their B team lost like 3 games on the bounce to finish 5-7 for the night. Warwick Confusion, which I assume is their C team, went 6-6. They were the only 6-6 team not to make Division 2 playoffs. And then the Warwick D team, just about is someone calling an ambulance?
Yeah, for Warwick B team.
Clean, yeah. I don't know who even plays on this Kiel side. I don't know how strong they are. Like I assume they don't have like K3 or Poddy or I don't know who plays.
This is the Kiel B team. The A team didn't play.
Okay, so I do know that Kiel B team does have a few solid players. I can't remember any of the names, but I played with a few of them in Uni 6-man, so they're definitely a strong side. But yeah, I think that's a toss-up. I don't know. Could any of the teams could take it.
Vex is saying it's Tansley, Time Constant, and Glitch. Yeah, that's a reasonably strong lineup.
Yeah.
I don't really know exactly how strong the work lineup is, but I guess you probably favour Kiel slightly just based on that MM stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it just depends on if they're playing well on their day. Because I think if that Kiel side is connecting up and finding each other on the day, I think they can be pretty solid. Yeah.
Okay, let's move over to the Div 1 playoffs. We've got Scout Sports against Bath. That sounds close.
I'm gonna say Scouts for that one.
I think Scouts
they're good.
Yep.
Okay, everyone's saying Scouts, then never mind me.
I mean, I was gonna say Bath
Not by
personally.
much. Bath
like,
certainly have a chance.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think Scout Sports are like good, but they're kind of it's like a coin flip, really. Again, I don't think they're a very solid team, and I think Bath or on the other hand, they are quite a solid team. Like they've got Joel, who just sits at the back and always plays solidly.
Yeah.
Adam's a solid player, and then Vex, who just does Vex things. But I think Bath have a real good chance in that game. I think they can take that pretty comfortably. It just depends on the day.
Okay, I'm gonna skip over the UEA Portsmouth game because we all know the way that one's gonna go.
Hey, wow.
Rocket Lads,
Damn.
Rocket Leeds. I think I know where this one is going, but I've got to ask anyway since this is reasonably close seed-wise.
I don't know personally. I have no idea. Like I looked at the Surrey team, and I don't know any of the players. They're like an unknown for me, and I know that Rocket Leeds are like kind of solid. So just on like personally, like because I know the players on Rocket Leeds, I'd probably have to go with them.
Okay,
Rocket Lads were kind of on the verge of the Southern top 8 spring, but they've since been improved with the arrival of Itamio, although that's not what he calls himself anymore. What he actually calls himself is a bunch of punctuation. So I can't really
Nice.
pronounce
Solid
it.
name.
Just run it through Google Translate a couple of times.
What is the Rocket Lads roster then?
So
Anybody have
I
this information?
believe, and I am going to have to look this up, and I don't know where to look it up.
Oh, hang on. There's not a VOD for this stream yet because I didn't bother restarting it. It would have been game 1 tonight, though.
Give me a sec. I don't actually know exactly who starts for them each week, but I believe I can guess.
Astronautical is saying me, Magith Dido. I don't remember any of those names, but then again, I was only paying attention to the spreadsheet.
Yeah, Astronautical, that makes sense. I know it's Malekith and Dido, definitely on that roster.
Oh, hang on. No, that is the Scouse. Oh, hang on. No, that's. I'm getting confused. I swear I'm not colorblind, by the way.
Yeah, Malekith is the only one that I know because he's the vet. I'll admit I've not seen much of so up until now, which is why I was hoping to get them. They've definitely had an excellent season to get into Division 1 playoffs. Like I kind of expected them, with some of the new players they picked up to get into Division 2, but Division 1 is very good going.
And last game, Arctic Foxes Warwick. That's a pretty tough matchup to call, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to Arctic Foxes, though.
Yeah, me too.
Because, like, Warwick are a really defensive side, and they sit back a lot, and against people like Wambo and Rowe, like, they are just spinny, flippy boys, and if you give them too much space, they'll spin and flip all over you. I really do think they've got this. Like, Warwick are good against teams that are slow like them, but that's not a BM, but Arctic Foxes, I mean, if you sit back against them, they'll just clip.
Yeah, and whenever we've played them, Wambo John always has genocidal ambitions with the defense. So a Warwick side that likes to sit in defense and rely on counter-attacking will not fare very well, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Arctic Foxes is a weird team because like you know what they're gonna do, right? Like Wambo's gonna come off the ceiling and stall, flip, reset, musty, all this like shenanigans, but like you can't really stop them because they just pull your defense apart. They'll demo you, they'll bump you, and like you want to challenge that ball early, but you really can't because you've got nobody alive basically. So yeah, I'll take Arctic Foxes here.
I think comfortably Arctic Foxes. I'm going to go that far.
I don't know about comfortably. I think like Warwick, like they're a really solid team, and like although Arctic Foxes have like really high highs, I think there is a formula to shutting them down. And like, well, I don't know. I can see Warwick taking a couple of games. Like they could find a good way to shut them down. But no, I just think Arctic Foxes will probably be too much to handle in the end. But I think it'll be close.
To be fair, they did take 2 games off Berlin Phoenix. They're the only team to have taken a game off Berlin Phoenix, as far as I know.
Yeah,
actually.
who are Berlin Phoenix? They're really come on. They're not very good.
No
they're
names.
Very good. Yeah.
Okay, it's a long shot, but who do you guys think is going to make the final in Division 1?
I think
Portsmouth
Loughborough.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm gonna say, yeah, Loughborough definitely.
Really?
And yeah, no, I don't know. I rate Loughborough. Like Loughborough always find a way. Like they're just like a really solid team.
True.
I mean,
They
but
know how to show up.
they kind of didn't last season.
Okay, that's last season. I mean, who cares about last season? Every other season, every other split, they've shown up.
Everything
that
supports
I'm about to get crucified in the Loughborough chat if anyone's here, but
Yeah, but I fancy UEA as well. I fancy the boys. I don't know. I just think that they're a really good team on paper. So
you
I
think
want to see them do it.
think the UEA can not only take down Salford but can then take down Portsmouth the next week?
We can take Salford. We took
Yeah.
them every time we've played them recently. I think we
Okay.
can beat Salford, but Portsmouth is just I don't know. I'm not as good at Psycho. I don't think any of us are, and Esper's probably he's a 2K player too. They're very hard.
I don't know if
Nah, man, I believe.
if he's caught up in RLCS qualifiers again. Actually, no, that won't be applicable until possibly the final. So ignore me there.
If
but
anything, he'll just be used to playing better players than us.
Oh yeah, but
it wouldn't be a thing until the week after. I don't think. I don't think we have any more clashes left with RCS.
Oh, that was a close one. Yeah, so it's basically between Loughborough and, well, nobody's mentioned any other team on the bottom half of the bracket. So
well, Loughborough Lancers will be a good game. I'd say it's probably like 70-30 to Loughborough, like in that matchup. Maybe a bit closer, but I don't know. I just like Loughborough more, maybe because I lose the films every time I play them.
I mean, I could even fancy Arctic Foxes beating Lancaster. Like that's a very real scenario that I see happening.
Has it not happened once already so far, or was that? Oh no, sorry, it was Warwick that beat Lancers in DDI. Dragons competition.
Oh, I see.
So looking at Lancers, they went 3-0 this week. They beat Bath. They swept UEA. Don't know if you want to talk about that one quickly.
Oh, honestly, there's something about Tylak though that we just can't do anything against because we are a bim bammy team and he's a smart man and he just knows okay lads, we're going to sit behind the halfway line and they're not going to be able to do anything against us, and it does work. And I'll give him that.
Contrary. Contrary to my comments on the first week, he has actually proven since then that he is an RLCS caliber player.
This is true.
Definitely.
Yeah. But also to that possibility of an Arctic Foxes versus Lancers match. They literally just played each other in the last round of league play, and Lancers swept them.
Oh. Well, I guess Tylak is better than we thought. Although we all knew he's a really good player.
Right, so we have covered basically all the matches we could possibly cover so far. I believe, are we back with NSE next week, Scenarios?
Yes, we will be, but not on this channel.
Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, so
NSE_.gg.
Yeah, don't forget that next week we will be reminding you in the server and probably in Rocket Kingdom as well that that's where you need to go. Any final comments about teams, about your own team?
Up the staffs. That's all I can say.
I really hope we pop. I need to back up Fupreme's BMs, otherwise we all fall short of it.
See, when you BM, it just makes the stakes so much higher. So I
respect that. It really does, because the other two are really nice. You've got to have an ego on your team, though. It does help.
And Zouch, anything to say?
I hope we score more goals than our opponents in a majority of the games.
That's a good strategy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know, but you could sweep multiple series and then just lose 2-3 or something.
Okay, alright. I'll revise my. I hope we sweep everybody, including Rocketeers and anybody who wants to play us. Maybe some from Division 1 could pop down and play us and we'll sweep them. There we go. That's my prediction. Very realistic. You're welcome.
Cool. Thanks for joining me, Scenarios, KJ, Loza, and Zouch. Thanks again to 12 Hakobi Death and Stealthy Wolf for casting earlier. I've been Sigmoid. It's been a great evening. We'll see